on Monday we're starting our map test. So you need to make sure that you have your iPad.
Oh my God. Wait, today was not here?
So much stuff going on. All right, okay. Let's focus. We have our notebooks ready.
Do you know that even in English we're taking the math test? And
Yes.
second period in English, so I have to test.
So unfortunately, your map test ended up being back to back. It usually was supposed to be like 1 week math, then the next week, or vice versa, English. But because of schedules that I don't understand, they ended up having it on the same week. It's unfortunate. I don't like it whatsoever. But know, Achilles, that you're going to be testing. So first period with me, and then when you have English, with them. So you want to make sure that you have a fully charged iPad, because it's going to have to last you all the first period, and then whenever you have your English. All right. So the reason we are not having a quiz today is because I want to still teach you a couple more things. So instead of sitting here quietly for 15, 20 minutes taking a test, we're going to sit here quietly and learn some new stuff. Yeah, yes. All right, we'll start off with the hard stuff. I didn't teach you rectangular prisms, so I got to teach you rectangular prisms. Yesterday I taught you triangular. Today I'm going to aim for rectangular, cylinder, and then some easy stuff. All right, so rectangular prism. The volume is equal to length times width times height. When I have a rectangle and I do length times width, what is that? If I just do length times width, that's area, right? That's area of a rectangle or a square. So when I add a height, that's how we get volume. So if I draw
What does the first word say?
rectangular. So here I have a rectangle. I make it 3D by going 2 squares over and 2 squares up. 2 squares over and 2 squares up. Connect those two lines. Alright, so this is your length, width, and height. Okay? So you find the area of what it is, a rectangle. So you find the area of the rectangle and then multiply it by your height. So that's how you find volume of anything. You find the area of the shape that's given to you. Yesterday it was a triangle. So we find the area of the triangle, then we multiply it by the height. Alright? So let's do one problem. Monday, make sure you bring your iPad to class. Okay, let's say this is 6 inches, 5 inches, and 3 inches. So I want to find the volume. I want to see, okay, how much stuff fits in this box. So what do? I just take 6 times 5 times 3. What is 6 times 5 times 3? So 90 inches cubed. Are we dividing by 2? No. Yesterday we did. Why? Because it was a triangle. This is a rectangle, which is easier than yesterday. Told you yesterday that I was going to start with the one that's harder than today. So that's all you do. So volume, when it's a rectangle, you just multiply the 3 numbers that they give you, length times width times height. In a triangle, you do base times height divided by 2, then your height again. It just depends on the figure. Are we okay with this one? Do we need to practice more? Okay. Cylinder. Cylinder. If you ever opened up a can of corn, chili, beans, you're dealing with the cylinder. Does rice come in a can?
Wait, how do you draw a cylinder?
Okay, here's you go. You do like an oval.
2 lines down.
Yep. So start with like an oval.
Oh.
And then 2 lines down. Okay. And then you close this kind of like on with an arc. Like half a circle. Okay. If you want to like add the back, you can. Cylinder, like a can of corn. Okay. So, does anybody want to take a wild guess of how do I find the volume of a cylinder? Yes.
So you find the area of the circle and then you multiply it normally by the height.
Correct. So take the area of the circle. Well, how do I find the area of a circle?
Well, you already learned that.
Area times radius squared.
Area equals
Oh,
pi times radius squared. You did this on the do now, right? So this part is the area of a circle, which you already did in the do now. So this part is the area of the circle. So volume equals the area of the circle times your height. The height of the cylinder. Jesus, I need you to pay attention. So this is the height of your cylinder. So all you're doing, for volume, it's always like that. What's the area of the shape? Oh, the shape is a circle, the 2D shape. So if I squish this, like I'm collapsing a can of soda, right, to recycle, that would be a circle. Yeah. So you need your radius, and you need your height, and you do pi r squared times your height. Okay? That's the formula. So always remember when you're doing volume, it's always what shape is it, find the area, and then multiply by your height. Okay? As a 7th grader, you're supposed to know triangular, rectangular, and cylinder. Then in 8th grade, you'll learn like cone. Good luck.
thank you.
All right, so let's do a problem with cylinder. This is the hardest one. It's not really hard. It's not, it's just a lot of like steps to it, but it's not like, oh my God, this is like the most difficult thing. Okay, it's a cylinder. We're gonna do this one. The radius is equal to 7 centimeters. Why 7? Why do you think I chose 7? No, quite the contrary. So, and then the height, let's make it, how much do I want to torture you? Yeah, let's do 8 centimeters. I was going to think of a better number like 10, but you know, 8 sounds fine.
10
Okay.
would be easy.
Correct, but you said 8, so I went with 8.
Yeah.
Volume equals pi r squared times your big height, right? So now let's plug in numbers that we know. Do we know what pi is? Yes. What's pi? So you know this is 3.14 times, what's my r? 7 squared times, what's my height? 8. So I just plugged in my numbers. Now when you're doing the map test, you're going to be doing it obviously on your iPad. Does that mean that I don't get to show work? No. Show work. Do not be like, oh, I can just do this in my head. That's how we make mistakes, right? You've seen it on your do now where you don't write things down. You try keeping everything in your head and you make a silly mistake. A mistake that you're like, oh, I can't believe I just did that. Like not moving the decimal over or something crazy like that. So remind yourself when you're taking the do now, when you're taking the map, show your work. I'm going to give you scratch paper. Show your work. All right, we'll do this first. 49 times 8 times 3.14. Now, I'm pretty sure they'll give you a calculator for this one. It's just a lot of numbers. What do we want to multiply? Oh, you already multiplied these two, right? On your do now?
Yes.
What did you get for the area of the circle on your do now? 153.86. Okay. So you did this for your do now, right? That's why I chose 7, because we can speed it up right now. Times 8. Oh, God. 153.86 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 64, 68, 24, 30, 43, 8, 12. Move my decimal 2 times. Volume is equal to, maybe I am wrong, so don't just copy me. But, did you guys get that? Don't copy me, because I need to make sure that I did it right. I might have done it wrong, you know?
No way. You've never done it wrong.
A+ for you over there. Jeffrey telling the truth. Good job.
Yep.
Kids are weird. Just kidding. All right, what's our volume? Did you guys get that? Did you get that? Did you move your decimal over correctly? It's not like I noticed on the do now what you did. Times 8. Yeah, I got that. Okay, cool. We're okay? You want to do one more? Let's do one more that's easier.
Wait, do you put centimeter squares or centimeters?
Through to the cube. It's always cubed. And that if you get this as a multiple choice, they'll always mess around with the
If only one is cubed on it, then you don't even have to do the prime.
correct.
Like imagine if it was some super hard problem and it was multiple choice and then there's literally just a cube thing.
Correct. I've seen it.
Then you end up doing it and then you're just like, I'm so stupid.
I mean, no. But yes. Andre, let's go. Next problem. Notice that the only thing you need is radius and height, right? For the rectangular prism and the triangular prism, you need a lot more information than this. Alright. Plug in what we know. Volume equals pi r squared times your big height. Okay? So what is pi? You should know what pi is. 3.14. Times, what's my radius?
20.
No.
10.
Oh, your radius is 10.
10 squared. Times, what's my height? 10. And I did 10 and 10 to make our life easier when we multiply, right? Alright, so we do the square first. What's 10 squared? 100. Don't say 20. Alright. And I chose these numbers on purpose, right?
Because it's easy.
It should be easier. So what is our answer?
3,140.
Yeah, and you probably could use mental math, right? If you can't, pop it into the calculator, do it on the side, but
Or just go back to first grade.
no. 3,140 inches cubed. Okay? So, the 3 volumes, rectangular, you might want to practice it, like, over the weekend with your Alex topics. You know, learn some new stuff when it comes to Alex. Alright, now, let's see. There's a couple things I want to do. Just, you know, review your notes over the weekend. You know, the homework that you turned in a lot of it was review for this purpose. Alright, let's do some super easy stuff. I'm not counting, so any extras, just pass them over. Yeah, Anthony will do them all. You need one.
You need extra
Who else needs one? Anthony, please make sure you do all of these in the next 5 minutes. Just kidding, I need them. Maybe I don't. Alright. Let's look at 3D slicing. It's probably one of the easiest things. I think so. That I will go over with you. 3D slicing. I mean, it should be. Believe it or not, this is the 7th grade standard. slicing. Choose the 2D shape resulting from the cross section of each 3D shape. So if I were to slice the 3D shape, what shape would appear? So if I were to open it, what shape would appear here? So this is a cone. Yeah. So this is a cone, the number 1, right, like an ice cream cone. And if I were to slice it straight down the middle, would I get a square, a triangle, or a circle? I would get a triangle. Now, if I were to slice it, okay, so if I slice it this way, I get a triangle. What if I slice it this way? I would get a circle. So depending on how you slice it, you will get a different shape. So you kind of need to picture this like in your head. Jose, we're not on our iPads. We're doing this extremely simple thing. If you can visualize this in your brain. I can't teach you how to visualize this in your brain. You got to visualize this in your brain, though. Yes?
What's that in the left?
It's like a cylinder, like a oval.
Oh. Why don't they just put oval?
Because there's some differences between an oval and an ellipse. All right, number 2. What shape is it? Okay. Number 3.
Ellipse.
It's a pentagon. Number 4 would be a circle. Number 5. Number 6. Yeah. If you slice it the other way, a cylinder, the last one. So if you slice it this way, you get a circle, right? Okay. Now, but if you slice it this way, which I've seen, you slice it this way, you actually get a rectangle. If you slice it this way, it gets a rectangle. But if you slice it this way, you get a circle. So it just depends.
Why are we slicing shapes? We can't just do them. What did the shape ever do to us?
I don't know. I can't show it to you. Sorry, Eddie. You gotta use your imagination, but it is a rectangle. Trust me when I say it's a rectangle. All right. Can you guys do with the calculator? Can you guys do 1 and 2 with the calculator on the back, which is cylinder, while I get ready for the next thing I gotta teach you? Yeah, use your calculator. Tell me what you're plugging in.
Does Smelly, do we really need a calculator?
Whoa. Remember when it's
Yep. Okay, Eddie, concentrate on 1 and 2. You can use a calculator. Pi r squared times your height. Okay, I want you to do 1 and 2, please. What's that? No. 2. Kind of. 1 and 2, yeah. Well, I just pass out these papers and then we'll switch. So it should be, let's see, 3.14 times 36 times 11, right? And then 3.14 times 1,240. Hey, 43.44 inches cubed. And the other one is 30 times 3.14 times 24 squared. I wrote it backwards, but it's fine. 24 times 24 times 3.14 times 30. Yee. 54,259.2 feet squared. Cubed, I should say. So imagine getting this one and not a calculator. That's why they would give you 100%. They would give you a calculator for this one. Imagine if they don't. Let me know. Be like, Miss Emily, look, they gave me this problem and no calculator. I can see them giving you like this problem I gave you with no calculator, because like the numbers are okay, right? I can see them giving you no calculator on this one. I can see them giving you a calculator on this one for sure. Okay, can you guys start the purple worksheet? It's super easy. This is Miss O'Malley. Good morning. Purple one should be easy, right? Yeah. It's not hard at all. It's hard? Okay, what do we get for the first one on the purple? C. Number 2. Number 3. No. It is B. A or B, but mostly B. Yes. Well, it is a rectangular prism, so I guess it's A, right? Because it's a rectangular prism, not a square prism, not a pyramid. I can see how, hopefully they don't give you A and B on the test. But it's definitely not C. Because the bottom is a rectangle. Okay? Well, like you see on the bottom, you see how it's a rectangle on the bottom? So when I slice it this way, kind of like this, when I slice it this way, it's a circle, right? But if I slice it this way, I get a different shape. Like this one, if I slice it the other way, I get a triangle. It's fine. Either way, it's like, kind of like a watermelon. When you slice it and you open it, what shape do you see? A circle, right? So here, if I take the top and bottom off, they'll have the same shape. Where I cut it, they have the same shape. Okay, cone would be a circle, but if I slice it the other way, it would be a triangle. Circle. This one's a rectangle if I slice this the other way. And then triangular prism, what is the last one? A, because it's a triangle at the bottom. So notice the difference between that one and the one we messed up here. All right. Name the solid shape that can be formed by each net. You did this in elementary school, nets. So what's the first one?
Circular prism.
Cone. It's a cone.
What?
It's a cone. It can't be a pyramid. Look, here, this, there it is. This is number 1. No. No. This is a cone.
Oh, no such thing as circular prism.
Would that make a cube?
This is a pyramid with a square bottom or a rectangle bottom. When it's like a net, it looks like a star to me, right? Or like a diamond, like a piñata.
It's a rectangular pyramid.
Yes. Yep.
The triangular pyramid has less.
Yes. So this is a triangular pyramid. This is a triangular pyramid. The bottom is a triangle, so when I unfold it, it's a triangle. Okay?
This is the cool part about triangles.
Okay? So the difference between this and this is the base. You can see the difference between that and the base? Right. So what about number 2? What's number 2? A box, rectangular prism, or a cube. What about this one? Number 3. That's a cylinder, right? That's this one. Okay. Pyramid, pyramid, and then what's the last one? Triangular prism. That's the one I showed you yesterday. This one. When I open it up, it actually has rectangles in the middle and then triangles on the edges. Okay. 7th grade standard right here, kids. Huh? This one? Pyramid. With a triangle base. And then this one's a pyramid with a square base. Rectangular? Yeah. Pyramid. All right. Okay, so yeah, cross sectors. You'll see it on the SBAC. You may not see it on map, but you'll see it on SBAC because this is 7th grade. SBAC, 100% just 7th grade math. Next week, some of you are going to have high school stuff. Some of you are going to have 4th grade stuff. Don't get me started. All right. The white one. White paper. All right, we're good? We're on this one? Okay. This has to do with, like mean, medium, mode, range. This is a different way of displaying mean, medium, mode, and range. This is called a box and whisker plot. Box and whisker plot. Because it's supposed to look like boxes with whiskers like a kitten. I didn't make up the name, so don't come after me because I have nothing to do with it. All right. How do I want to teach this to you?
You gotta put your name in somewhere.
Well, go back in your notebook. Box and whisker plot. Okay, can you trace your left hand? Yes, it must be your left hand. If you're a lefty, sorry. Not sorry. If you're a righty, you're just tracing your left hand, no big deal.
Well, I can do both.
Wait, why does it have to be your left hand?
Because trust the system. Trust the process.
Well, I'm doing it at pencil. Mine said
All right. Evan, copy your left hand.
My hand's just right.
All right. Which one has the weakest power, strength? Pinky. So therefore, we call your pinky the minimum. The minimum because your pinky has really no power. Minimum power, right? Which one has?
Mr. Melly, without a pinky, you wouldn't do many things.
Yes. Okay. Which one has the most power?
my thumb.
Thumb.
What?
That.
Oh my god.
Have you tried
Let's just
try to
pretend.
hold something without your thumb?
Hello. We play in little elementary school. We play thumb wars, right? We don't play pinky wars. It's called thumb wars because that's the most powerful finger you have. Minimum.
For everybody.
It's all right. Okay, so we ignore and we continue. So maximum is your thumb because it's, you play thumb wars with it on your video game. Your thumb is the one working the most, right?
Yeah.
So it has the most power, hence we call it the maximum. Evan, just leave it there. No big deal. Copy this down. You can do that later. Okay. What do we call it when we put the numbers in order and find the middle number? Median. Which finger is your median?
Middle.
So therefore, we call that finger the median. Okay? So,
Which one is the mean?
none of them. So, minimum, maximum, and then yes, your middle finger is your median. Okay? The finger in the middle finger. Okay? The bad guy. All right. Now, your ring finger is called your lower quartile.
Why such fancy words? You don't even like.
And then your pointer finger is
You can't even write that. You can see it.
quartile. Okay? So, you have your lower quartile, your upper quartile. It's also can be called,
Index finger.
Yes.
not when it comes to this.
I
The
agree.
finger right next to the middle finger, which is not the ring finger.
What about the finger that's next to the
Think your finger.
Why don't we just call it a giraffe?
Okay, also, this one's also called first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. Some worksheets call it first quartile, second quartile, third quartile. So there's just different, okay, we're focusing on learning this.
Yeah.
Okay? So we use our left hand because it fits perfectly in a lot of the definitions. Your middle finger, your median. The one with no power, your pinky, minimum power. Your thumb, the one you use the most, thumb wars, video games, that has the maximum power. This translates perfectly into a box and whisker plot and how to read it. A box and whisker plot will have a number line at the bottom. Let's start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's draw a number line 1 through 6. Draw me 5 dots. The first one on 2, 3, 4. So I need 5 dots, 1 for each finger. I'm starting on the number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We have 6 fingers.
Yeah, we have 6 fingers. What if you have 6 fingers?
Okay, you're going to draw a whisker from the first dot to the second dot. Then the 5 and 6 get a line. So connect the dots. And then the inside, they're connected by rectangles, like so.
I grew up learning that those were boxes. I mean lines. Somebody likes dogs.
Okay, so the first dot, so to memorize this, your first dot is your first finger, your pinky. So what do we call the first dot? Minimum. What do we call the last dot? Max. Okay, so ladies, we're focusing up here. So each dot is one of your fingers. Each dot is one of your fingers. First dot is your minimum, the smallest number. The last one is your maximum, the biggest number you're dealing with. What number represents my median?
4.
What number represents my lower quartile?
3.
Which one represents my upper quartile? Okay. You might get, I'm rushing through this. After the map test, I'll go back and we'll go slower on this. So you might get a box and whisker plot and look at your left hand and be like, okay, minimum, median, maximum, and then lower and upper quartile.
Go. Medium.
No. Upper quartile.
This is the medium.
Median, it's the middle finger, median in the middle. Lower, minimum, smallest number. Yes.
Speaking of whiskers, yesterday.
Okay, no, we're going to focus on this. Now, you might be asked range. which I did on the do now, right? Range is literally this. Your big number minus your small number. This is your range of your fingers, right? So this is another way of representing the range. What would be the range of this data?
4.
4. From 6 to 2, it is 4. So they'll ask you questions of how to read it. Like, okay, they won't obviously give you this part. Okay, what's my lower quartile? Oh, my lower quartile, 3. Like that. Each of these boxes is 25%. 25, 25, 25, 25. So this would be 50%, hence median in the middle, 50%. All right, let's look at some questions on the white sheet. Again, I will go over this a little bit more, a little bit later. Let me see. Yeah, we're good. Okay. 11 trays have different colored balls in them. The number of balls kept in each tray is counted to make a box and whisker plot. Read the plot and answer the questions. All right. Okay, so you're packing up. I'm still trying to teach you. What is the second quartile from the plot? Another word for second quartile is lower. Median. Yeah, median. My bad. Too fast, making mistakes. So, what would be the median of this plot?
What is the maximum balls in the tray?
This is median because it's the dot in the middle. Pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and then thumb, right? So if it's asking for second quartile or median, oh, it's the middle dot. So what is the value of this middle dot?
4.
So basically where this third dot is. Where is this third dot? Oh, it's at 79. Write the third quartile. Third quartile would also be upper quartile. So of my fingers, when I look at my left hand, I'm looking for which dot? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
7.
Upper quartile is fourth finger. So what's the value of my fourth finger?
9.
What is the maximum number of balls in the tray? 80.
2.
So that's the number one mistake kids do, Andre.
98.
They'll look at the number line and be like, oh, what's the biggest number on the number line? 100. And they'll be like, oh, so the maximum is 100. I'm like, well, do you have a dot on 100? No. So you can't call it that.
98 balls.
All right, the next, no, I still have time. Still got time. You're wasting your own time, kids. Let's go. Okay. Okay, can we focus? Because you're just wasting my time. I'll keep you after class. Write the first quartile from the given plot. First quartile is lower. Okay? So which one's my lower quartile? The second dot. And we'll stop until you have your paper out. Okay? Do you have a pencil out? Good. I'm talking to Edwin. What is it? What's your median? Okay, what is it? What's the value? 30, 30.5, 31, right? What is the minimum? Is it 10? Nope. Minimum is your first dot. So what's my first dot?
15.
Wow. 15. And look, we still have 15 seconds to pack up.
Oh, wow.